Remove, minimize, adjust.
Season 7 is on the horizon, and we're getting set up for what's going to come in this new season of PSN. So it's time for Ask LG with LG McDonald again tonight. It is T-Sibs.
What's going on? No Sleeps 12.
And we're here tonight to talk to you about everything going on with LG, and we're going to talk to McDonald briefly. He's just getting set up. Sorry for the delay tonight, folks, but we had to just wait a little bit for our friend Brody to show up, because he works with a volunteer fireman. He got called on a call. Basically, is what happened, and so he had to be away, unfortunately, and so he's just getting set up now. We'll talk to him in a bit, but. No sleeves on tonight, and we were talking about what's going on with media and what's coming down the road. Why don't you clue in people a little bit about what's happening with media this season?
All right, so so it is my first season as like media leader, I guess. I don't really consider myself the leader of it. I guess T-Sibs, you're going to be a giant part of it, but I found that there was a major problem with LG in the fact that NHL didn't have the main media, and it kind of trickled down. I was doing some stuff for the AHL last season, but the fact that there was nothing for the main league on LG, I kind of saw that as a giant issue. So I tested some things, and I did all my videos last season for the AHL as my kind of guinea pig, to parlay that into the NHL for this season. So what I'm going to do is focus all my attention personally on the NHL and make sure that there's ample coverage for the main league on the site, and then have T-Sibs cover the AHL. You've done it for seasons now, and you're famous on the AHL side, so I think it's in good hands. As far as the CHL goes, I think I kind of have to wait and see who is going to be in the CHL that's a veteran that knows how the league operates really well and can put in the time to do some quality things for it. But I think in the opening couple weeks, I think it'll kind of not be forgotten about. But like I said, our focus is going to be on the top two leagues, because that is the most important. So I'm looking forward to the season, especially again to give the NHL my main attention, and hopefully we can produce some good stuff here.
And we'll be getting Brody on here shortly. So now it's a much bigger media presence, which is nice. I mean, we've had some folks do NHL in the past, and there's been a little bit of a miss there, and so now we're finally getting a chance to have you do some work on that, and I think that's something that the league has been very much missing, and so I'm sure everyone's going to be glad on the NHL side to get some media presence back again.
Yeah, like I said, I hope so. I'm going to start. I did my first media piece with my interview with Matt Hewitt on Friday. I'm going to do that every week with a voted on representative from the show box and from the league, and then hopefully that'll kind of grow. I'm also going to do. I kind of want to try and do a thing where I can cover the what's going on in the season, but I'm trying to find a way to do it in a quick format. We were talking about that earlier on, kind of in the past things have kind of dragged on, and no one really wants to listen to a show for 3 hours. I want to try and find a way where we can talk about each team in quick succession and kind of stop the dragging on, because but the problem is it's tough because 31 teams, that's like 2 minutes and you're in it, 2 minutes each, and that's an hour in. So I'm going to try some things, and we're going to see if we can't come up with something that kind of works. So if anyone has suggestions like that, be sure to let us know.
And we're endeavoring to get Brody on here live in a second, and he is there now. Brody McDonald, the LG McDonald, as you know him on the site, joins us now on the show, and you've had a busy day, obviously. We talked a little bit about what you do on the side, and you get called out to a fire. It is what it is, and you have to deal with that first.
Yeah, I guess you could say this is what I do on the side, and what I was doing earlier, but I really do. So it was a busy afternoon. Started at around 5, but yeah, it is what it is. So now I'm here, so we're good to go.
Beauty. So where do you want to start, Sibs?
Well, let's talk about just the general feel of season 6, and what your take is on how season 6 went. We'll talk about some specifics, but in general, overall, again, 6 seasons. You've done a whole heck of a lot more on the Xbox side, but we're starting to gain some momentum now on the PSN side. How do you feel things went in this season compared to the last couple?
Once again, consistency is a big thing, so there's a lot more consistency this year than we ever had before. Not a ton of major issues to really report on, obviously a few near the end of the season, but we're seeing a lot of the major issues kind of go to the wayside, and things start to handle a lot better. This season, at the lowest tier, our CHL tier, we definitely saw a lot of growth and a lot of expansion, which definitely helps grow the brand, which is a big part of what we're kind of trying to do. The nice thing too is the blueprint's kind of been laid out on the Xbox side, so on the PlayStation side, kind of seeing how things have worked out over the 29 seasons on Xbox, we can kind of gauge and progress the PlayStation side of things a lot quicker now that we kind of have experience, and the path has already been set. The blueprint's right there for us. We just got to follow the plan. So things are going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how season 6 went. I'm actually really looking forward for season 7 to get off to a start and get going.
Do you have numbers specifically on like as far as how many players we have in total on the PSN side?
So the kind of neat thing is there's been consistent patterns over the past 5 or 6 years, and the consistent patterns always show that if you break the duration of a game down into 3 seasons. So we just finished season 1 per se. Season 1 is usually like the inaugural season once a new game's released. Season 1 actually, over the past 4 or 5 years, has the least amount of players. So last season, I think we saw 33, I think was what we saw last season. Season 2, which would be season 7 of NHL 18, we'll see a spike, we'll see an increase. When signups opened up, we actually saw a drastic increase in signups, which is pretty nice. And keep in mind too that a lot of the players that were under contract and stuff don't have to sign up, so that number isn't really the true number of how many players per se are in the league currently. And then summer seasons have actually, we haven't seen a spike, but we haven't seen a drastic decrease from season 2, 3 per game. So to see 3,200 signups for the very first season of NHL 18, I think is a pretty good thing. We were able to get the full 60 CHL teams, and obviously have our addition with our 31 and 31 in the AHL and NHL. So I think that the numbers that we had this season were pretty good. They're really high, to be honest. One of the biggest things we struggle with is having an opportunity for all those players to have somewhere to play and something to do and something for them on LG. That's kind of if there's one thing I really want to improve on, it would be our ability to communicate with those players and offer more for people who sign up mid-season, late season, early on for them to do. So that being said, I'm expecting season 7 will likely, maybe we'll crest 3,500, and then summer season, depending on how things go, and maybe we'll see summer season increase or float around that 3,500 number as well too. Obviously, Black Friday the game's half price. Christmas time people get the game cheap. Those people that, and then those people that say they hate the game, once Christmas rolls around, they gotta get the bug to play hockey again, right? So there's definitely a lot of factors that we see that contribute into the sign up numbers for the season, but we've been consistent on Xbox and consistent on PlayStation pretty much right from the beginning, which has allowed us to continually steadily grow and kind of keep our foot down on the gas and keep going on the plan and the path we're headed.
Do you know roughly how many there were same time last year? Like, was there like a lot less? Like, are we gaining like a couple hundred each game, or is it kind of just stayed not stagnant, but within 100 or 200 of the same as far as last year went?
I'm pretty sure the first season of NHL 17 we didn't crest 3,000. So I'm pretty sure that we didn't start breaking the 3,000 mark until, so that would have been season 3. So I think season 5 is when we started to break that 3,000 number on the PlayStation side of things, which I think is kind of it's kind of neat to see. And the thing too that I never even realized until I started working a little more with EA and the Game Changers and stuff is there's roughly like 140 to 150,000 ESHL players per console.
Yeah.
So for us to say hitting 3,000 is really, really good. I think, in my opinion, I think that out of that 150,000 players, we probably have the top 1% of the talent pool and those who are competitive and take this game very serious. But everyone always talks about growth of LG and growth of esports hockey and all that stuff, and I definitely think that it's impressive for us to be at the numbers we're at. But there's also a lot more potential for us to continue to grow and to add more sub leagues or add more ability or bring more players in, introduce them to sixes and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of options that are coming along.
Has there been any thought about European expansion specifically for European players? Because it's almost impossible to have a European player on an LG team just for connection issues alone. But have you thought of, because I would assume that a large portion of that 150,000 players would be European. Has there ever been talks about maybe a small almost not pro series, but a smaller maybe 16-team league?
Yeah, there's actually, Trace and I talk about expanding to Europe all the time. It's kind of like the next big thing we'd like to do. Obviously, the NHL Gamer website has a grasp on a lot of the hockey stuff it's mainly PlayStation. PlayStation's so large in Europe that if we ever were going to expand to a European league, it would definitely be on the PlayStation side, just because of the sheer volume of European PlayStation players. I know we bounced around ideas to run sort of like a Pro Series ESHL system to bring those top tier European teams in to let them compete against each other to win some money. We've talked about adding some sort of prize into that pool to kind of have them come over to LG, check it out. Obviously, we kind of need to run sort of like a Swiss A league per se. That simulation style, kind of like how we run the LGHL, but have it for just European players. It adds another factor for Can-Am. It would be kind of neat if we had Canada, America, Sweden, Finland, like something.
That would be sweet. That would be
sweet.
I
mean, so it'd be kind of nice to have just a little bit more factors, a little bit more depth to what our reach is. So yeah, there's definitely some talk. There's a couple guys in Xbox that play in the AHL that are actually from Europe, so they play the late games and
nice.
do what they have to do. But yeah, no, I'm definitely I've spoken to the owner and the admin from NHL Gamer, which is that European website, kind of to do what we do, kind of, right? In regards to their success, and we talk maybe once a month per se. But I definitely think there's a lot of interest in bringing in more European players and just more players in general. Hockey is what LG does the best, and it's something that we'd like to. I'd like to have a Japanese league. I'd like to have an Australian league. I'd like to have everything, right? I just want to be. I like LG just to become the hub of hockey in general when it comes to esports hockey, video game hockey. That's kind of the direction that I've always really liked, and that's kind of the thing that I've always really hoped that we'd be able to accomplish. So yeah.
Just to get back a little bit to what's been going on the PSN side, again, we saw some shifting in management. We saw some guys who had been in the AHL move up to the NHL. Some succeeded, some had trouble with it. We're starting to see that turnover of players, slow down a bit, but we're starting to see some of the maybe better players or what have you rise to the top and go to the NHL. But just talking about management in general, I mean, how did you guys feel, and how did the box feel about the general competency of managers on the PSN side? Yeah, because there was that movement of AHL guys going up.
minutes have been played. They are getting ready for the third period here. So take us back through the game. What do you think, Eddie?
The Blackhawks have had the better of the play, Doc, especially in the category of time of possession. They're down in this third period, but they have to start finishing off some of their chances.
And play stopped because of an offside. Face-off win, and now what will they do with it? Good, solid defensive play with the stick. Nice poke check by Doughty. The Golden Knights looking to head man up the wing. Glides to the safety behind the net. Hanging on to it up the wing. Good shooting place. He scores! Kane! The Blackhawks have struck back, only trailing by a single goal, and we're in the dramatic third period. And they've taken that face-off between the blue lines and won it. And possession reestablished by Alex Pietrangelo. Good hand to eye, and the reach of the stick. Two sticks together, they cancel. That puck's loose, a good defensive play. Up the wing and moving well. Terrific breakup of the odd man rush. That shot came from nowhere.
You don't get many better opportunities than that. Great save.
Strong wrist shot. Oh, and blocked away. And snapped up by Joe Sakic. Nice little lead to Niedermayer. Offside stops the clock. Under 6 minutes have gone by here in the third. The lead has just been cut in half. Let's see if momentum changes now. Mashed in. Snatched up by Vlasic. And he'll continue possession in neutral ice. Vegas revving it up in neutral ice. Onside. A shot. Wonderful save on a terrific scoring chance. Snapping a pass to Hall. Has it picked up. And now it's directed to McDavid. Shot back to the other end, and that means icing. Good job on the draw. Two sticks together, it goes to the offense. Speared along by Hedman. Got that pass near the blue line and now looks ahead. The Golden Knights battling along the boards. Good job with the poke check. Pitching this one to Pietrangelo. And we get a penalty. The referee to the table, a player to the box. Skinner's going to the box for 2 minutes for high sticking. Good clean win on the draw. Shoots it on. Terrific save with no reaction time whatsoever.
You want to score goals, you have to go to this area. You got to find a way to put it in the net.
Trying to go to Kucherov. That's a free puck thanks to the play by Nicholas Lidstrom. The Blackhawks lug that along the boards. Chip to Tavares. Wonderful chance was set up and the pass just goes wide. Great job on a cut pass. Gathered up again by John Tavares. Las Vegas leaves its own end. Shoots one. Ooh, what a break. Shot hit the man. Vegas couldn't get it going on this power play.
They just can't take any more penalties. They've dodged the bullet there, and they're still in the game. But if they want to mount a comeback, they have to play at even strength.
It's an onside play. Good. That's what those pads are for. tied up, but a good reach and a good step in there for possession. Up the wing, still with possession and with hope. That shot hit a man. Passing one off now to Pasternak. Carries it to the corner. Held there for a face-off coming up next. An enormous defensive face-off win. What a hit.
Oh, that's a great hit. He's trying to spark his team in a comeback here as they try to get within striking distance.
Using the point, he's got it. Wonderful block. And sent down. Outstanding save. Difficult opportunity. Score! Do you believe these guys? Still some time, but not much. And they take that neutral zone face-off. A long game, and the clock bleeds down to the final minute of regulation. Mishandled thanks to the roadblock. Puck loose. Puck is thrown to Kucherov. Nicely into the zone. Nice work by Stamkos. Looking to Panarin. That puck is loose. A good defensive play. Nice stand-up poke check there. Nabbed by Alex Pietrangelo. Puck loose, couldn't get through. Good quick poke check there. Pitching it to Eichel. Gives it over to the point. Great take, dangerous area. Taken away, moving it to Kucherov. And he's hammered. That is a huge hit. Swept on to Crosby. On the outside, a shot. Terrific glove save. We have begun sudden death overtime. There will be someone here who can end this. The Blackhawks wheel one ahead up the wing. Oh, and he is drilled.
Kane's not going to be too happy with that. He didn't have his head up, wasn't aware of everybody around him, and then he got steamrolled. Not sure who made the hit, but that is a big one.
Score! The overtime winner, and the players spill over the boards to celebrate. And that's this one. Overtime is an extra slice of pie. Tasted pretty good to everybody watching tonight, except the loser.
I'd prefer banana cream, Doc.